guess what? Regardless of how many books that you read, it is hard to find a book that is going to give you when is the right time to let an employee go. Every leader and or manager has been through that situation where you spend a lot of time, you interview the person and you think they are right, or they're not really the right person, but they have a lot of potential. What do? You let them work, you train them, you coach them, they fail, you encourage them, sometimes you rebuke them, and you go on. So it's 6 months down the road, 8 months down the road, 1 year, 2 years. When do you pull the plug? What are the indicators for you to pull the plug? That is what I want to talk about when it comes to this video. So I'm not talking about something that I've not done. One of the hardest decisions I ever do is to let someone go, because I believe in people. I coach people all the time. I coach executives. I believe in people. So for me to say that I've let someone go is something that takes a lot of time, and it was my weakness for a very long time until I started to learn about it and say, okay, at some point I have to let people go. What kind of things do I look at when letting someone go? And the first one that I do, this is my opinion, you might have your own opinion. The first one that I look at is, does the person cross the ethical line constantly? Are they lying, cheating, gossiping all the time? It's not one time, the first time it happens, you want them. The second time it happens, you want them. So I let someone go on my team, and this guy, first time we're meant to go with him for a client visit. I get there, and 30 minutes before time, I'm waiting and I keep quiet. So they invite me for the meeting because it's time. I enter the boardroom, and then it sends me a message. It tells me I'm in the building, but I'm in the restroom somewhere. Guess what? He was lying, because just 2-3 minutes before I'd been in the same restroom and he wasn't there. Okay. A week after that, we are outside Kampala in a place that I won't name, and he lies to me again, and again I verify, and he's lying to me. I call him out and I say, dude, look, the more you continue to lie to me and I find out, it derails the trust that I have in you, because one day I'm going to send you to do something and I don't know whether when you come back I should trust your word or not. So when someone is crossing the ethical line over and over again, you want them 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times and they still keep doing it, that's one of the indicators that you should start considering letting them go. And then the other indicator that you need to let someone go is when that person becomes they become a drag on the productivity of all other people. They bring them down. They take the top performers and make them look like they are doing absolutely nothing. Okay. The third one is when they complain constantly. Now, there are two kinds of complaining. There's where someone will complain because the company is not doing what it's supposed to do. They're not being paid on time. Maybe they were promised something and it hasn't been delivered and there's no communication. That is valid. But there's where someone complains over and over and they keep on blaming other people, and it's negativity. It's like the more you do, the more they complain. When those three are present, it is time for you to let that person go, because there is nothing that you're going to do to help them be ethical when they've not been ethical 6 or 7 times. There's nothing that you can do to teach them how to empower other people, yet they find joy in bringing the top performance down. And there's nothing that you can do when they start complaining, and regardless of how much you give them, it instead makes them complain more. So if you're that place where you're a leader and you do not have a framework of making decisions, this is just one of the decisions, but there are so many decisions. When do you scale? How do you build the team? How do you do all these things? If this is something, if this is a conversation that you want to go on, if you're interested in the executive coaching that we do for thousands and thousands of executives around the world that are absolutely killing it, get in touch. The link is below, and we'll be glad to help you get on the journey where you are an effective leader, where you are productive, and where the team is happy working with you. Adios.